Bienvenidos. I'm Roman P. Reyes, and I'm your host for the Bravo Show, where color and rhythm are in perfect harmony. Today, we have a very special guest. Her artwork is filled with history, culture, and it's something that you just have to see. So let's get started. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Suzanne Rios. I'm an artist and a native Arizona. I have been painting and creating art and then painting most of my life. I live in the East Valley, and I'm a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. I'm very proud of it.
Fantastic. Now, tell us a little bit about your background. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? Those type of things.
I was born in Phoenix, and I grew up in Phoenix for a little bit, then moved to Texas for the first year of my life, and then ended up back in the East Valley, in Mesa, and between Mesa and Tempe. My family lived in Tempe in what's known as La Victoria or Victory Acres. Right. My grandmother and two tias lived there, or actually three tias, and they lived there. And we went back and forth. And I went to school in Mesa at Irving School, lived in the Escobedo projects, and lived there till about 5th grade, and started my 5th grade in Chandler. We moved there and lived in the LULACs. My mother was one of the original LULAC members. Right. And I went to Chandler High School, Willis Junior High School, and then Chandler High School, and just grew up in the East Valley, and have raised a family here as well.
So how long have you been here?
I was 62 years. 62 years, if you must know.
Well, I mean, how long have you been in Chandler?
Oh, it's okay. I'm proud of my age. I'm not one of those people that hides her age, but I have been in Chandler since 5th grade. Since like 1973 or 74.
Well, you know, we have some pictures here. Now, this one here says that you were 8 years old?
Yes. I created that when we were living in the Escobedos, and it was a creation that I kind of copied a little bag from a dime store in Mesa Drug Store that was on Main Street. And my dad and I worked on, I have his drawing as well. And that's how he taught me how to draw. Right. And that was one of my first little creations.
Fantastic. Now, this photograph here, is that you right there?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, how cute.
I don't believe I was quite 1 year old there. It had to be in 1964, and that's in front of my tia's house in La Victoria, my mother and my sister Patricia and my dad, Bernie.
I see. And then we move on. And this one here.
Oh my goodness, that's my Irving School days in Mesa, and I love that teacher. Mrs. Dorothy Carlson was instrumental in me loving to read and storytelling. She would read to us during class, and I would get caught up in the stories, and unbeknownst to me, I fell in love with storytelling and ended up doing that, but through pictorial means.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That developed into what you're doing now.
Yes.
It's way back then. Now, is that your power dress?
Yes, it is.
Well, you look very nice.
Thank you.
Let's see what we got here. Mesa Community College.
Well,
tell me about that.
Prior to that, I was primarily self-taught. I decided I wanted to learn how to draw formally and learn all about the different techniques. So someone in my class took that picture of me. I was lost in thought and drawing in charcoal at the time, and he gifted me the picture, and I'm really grateful for that. And that's one of the first times I really felt like I was an artist.
So how many classes did you take in art?
I took the drawing. Well, you have to take the prerequisite courses. I took drawing 1 and 2, and then painting there as well.
doing gesture drawings and
The
all
whole
those-
thing,
the
yes.
whole-
Yeah, different.
I taught art for a long time, so well, that's fantastic. Well, you know, the community college I think is a fantastic way to go about it because it's not as expensive. The university, you can get all your foundations courses out of the way, and then you're ready to go to university. Now, did you go to university?
No, I didn't. After that, after the painting class that I took, during the painting class that I was taking that semester, my dad became ill with cancer, and I just never returned to formal education. But I was always drawing, and now as an adult, senior adult, I guess, I am picking up where I left off, and I'm taking private classes online and in person in
Oh, that's right.
Scottsdale through the Scottsdale Artist School and also Shamrock Art Center.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, they have a lot of activities, and they have a lot of gallery showings, don't they?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and I plan on entering one of the gallery shows there at Shamrock this summer.
Oh, fantastic! Well, let's move on here. Let's see what we got here. Ah, that's beautiful. What is this? What is that?
That is called Keeper of the Flame. In 2021, we traveled to Mexico City for the first time, my first time there. And when we were leaving the Museum of Anthropology, these
place.
dancers were out there performing ceremonies. And I took a series of pictures of the female dancers and the male dancers. And I knew that one day I would be painting one of them, and I will be continuing the series, but that was developed from those photographs that I took there. And I call it Keeper of the Flame
Right.
because as an artist and descendant of storytellers, I feel it's my responsibility to continue depicting our history, my history, in my work.
Right. Well, you know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and your work amplifies that.
Thank you.
Well, but you know, let's talk a little bit about that. I love the way you handle your color. I like the way the focal point is in here. I like the contrasting colors. What did you use any reference for that, or did you besides the photograph?
I did look up some nebula pictures from the internet and kind of work from those. I wanted to make him look like he was in some kind of galaxy,
Right,
and keeping the flame like an ancestor,
Right.
versus just a being, and you know, he's there passing on the torch to the next person in line.
Wow, that's fantastic. Tell us about this. I'm getting hungry.
Well, you shouldn't be. You just filled your belly. Well, part of my history is I watched my grandfather pick vegetables out of his garden in Texas. And my mother as well was heavy into plants. And I've always loved gardening. I've always loved cultivating the soil. And I get deep satisfaction when I can put something on my plate that I grew. But before I do that, I can take photos and use it in my paintings as inspiration. I also love to bake bread. And another thing I do to express my creativity and continue the line, I'm a canner as well, but I do it because I love it, not because I'm preparing for the apocalypse or anything like that.
Oh, fantastic. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Now, as you were growing up, and as you know, as you were getting more into your work, has there been any time where you had difficulties and you thought maybe I'm not going to do this, or somebody was not agreeing with what you were doing? Any kind of
I didn't have any kind of opposition, direct opposition to my work, but I did have and still continue to have some issues with chronic pain. So that really stopped me in my tracks for a good number of years. And I finally just decided to, if I was going to live with pain, I was going to be creating. It wasn't going to stop me.
Right.
And I hope that others that see this are inspired to pick up and pick themselves up off the floor and continue doing what they love and not letting it stop them.
That's kind of like Frida.
Well, unfortunately, I can relate to her.
Yes. Tell us about this one here.
Well, that's a piece that I think is behind me here.
Yes.
That is the Santuario de Chimayo, and that was a tin piece on the steeple that someone created, but it's since been replaced by an Italian stonemason. He created that same Santo Niño de Atocha, I believe it is, in stone, and they removed that piece and placed it somewhere else. But I just like that it's pointing to the sky, and I like the lines, and I wanted to do something that was architectural, but also cultural at the same time, and that's what I picked to paint. And
well, you know, what I've noticed from your work is not only are you organic, but you also have meticulous work that is you know, straight lines, curved lines, very, 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 very nice. So I really admire what you're doing here. And this is a book cover?
Yes. One of my childhood, I've always loved children's illustration. And I would gravitate toward the children's book section, not to read the stories, but to look at the illustrations. Right. And in 2025, I had the honor of creating the book cover, and I have the book here for the book called El Hermano, written by New Mexican, norteña New Mexican author Carmen Baca. She's a retired English teacher and a prolific writer. She's been honored by New Mexico for keeping the culture alive in the written word. And the fact that this was my first book illustration, and what it's about the Quaresma, the Easter season, and her father's role in that. And it really is very, very special to me.
Now, you're a writer too, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am a writer, okay.
Well, I mean, you know, you do, I've seen some of the stuff that you've done, and it's very, very nice. So.
Okay, well, thank you. Yes. I post a lot.
Yes.
And try to, you know, bring stories alive as best I can in the little bit of space they give us on Instagram and Facebook. But that stems from my family as well.
Yeah. All right. Like that.
A collection of letters that my aunts in Texas wrote to me starting in like about 97. And I have some of my grandmother's letters in here as well. But they're stories of everyday life, and they're in chronological date order in sheet protectors, but embedded in those everyday life stories of what happened today, whatever.
Oh yeah, this is really nice. So tell me about this one here.
Well, that's a 2 foot by 4 foot oil on gallery wrapped canvas, and I did it in monochrome, black and white. It was inspired by a car show that we went to in New Mexico. And my husband had gifted me a brand new Canon camera, and I was trying to learn how to use it, and sitting on the curb and just taking pictures, and lo and behold, a 1963 Chevy Impala went by with 3 vatos in it, and I decided to take some pictures, and I knew I would be painting them one day, and painted it, and right now that is on display at the Tempe History Museum with 4 of my other paintings there, and I'm very honored that they invited me to do that, and humbled as well.
Well, we're getting pretty close to the end, but tell me, what do you see in the near future for you as far as your artwork?
Well, I would like to continue more cultural pieces, more car pieces. I want to continue my education in art, and working in collaboration with a group of friends of mine who really have inspired me, and we keep each other going, as well as whatever I am invited to participate in and collaborate in Phoenix.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Susan, it's truly been an honor speaking with you. You're powerful. Your work is so powerful, and we hope to see more of it as we come along. So thank you very much for being our guest. And once again, this is a Bravo Show, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.